Today I want to tell you about some upgrades I'm doing to our solar system on our RV so it'd be more efficient and produce a lot more power than I previously had. Upgraded our inverter to a 3500 watt pure sine wave that I can hardwire into our breaker box in the RV. And what that's going to allow us to do is use the whole RV, just plug stuff in. Don't have to worry about running an extension cord off the inverter or only a few outlets working. And that's the case of our fifth wheel. Since it's a 2009 model, it's kind of old and don't have a lot of the upgrades that some of these newer ones have. How I'm going to get around wiring the inverter into the breaker box without it fighting the converter. But first I want to tell you about the solar panels. Okay, I got 3 100 watts and also I got two 250 watt solar panels. Now the 250 watt they're huge, as you see right here, and they're 24 volts. I think the maximum output is around 36 volts for each. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hook my two 250 watts into this one charge controller, and we're going to buy an additional 100 watt. That'll give me 4 100 watt panels, and I can make them into 24 volts, tie two of them together, and that gives me 24 volts. And I have those hooked into a separate charge controller for a couple of reasons. That way I don't overload the first one I have, and then if the sun gets off of the 250 watt panels, it won't cancel out everything. So you put the other 400 watts on a separate charge controller, and it kind of works out a whole lot better that way. So that'll give me a total of 900 watts per hour on a good sunny day. And that's not bad. That's more than enough power that Lori and I would need. And the 3500 watt inverter directly tied into our breaker box in the RV is going to be a blessing. That way we can run our ice maker, the Instapot if we want to use that, and that allows us to use the whole RV just like it was plugged into shore power. So if I ever want to plug into shore power like I am now, I just cut the inverter off, and then the transfer switch that the inverter and the converter are tied to going into the breaker box will automatically switch back and forth between the two, so they're not fighting each other, and that's going to be a blessing. I found the transfer switch on Amazon for less than $100. The inverter, the 3500 watt inverter, I'm looking at right at $320 for a pure sine wave that you can hardwire straight into a breaker box. So it's going to be cool. I'm really looking forward to it. When I get everything set up, I'll show you. I'll make a video of the whole thing set up, and that's going to be when we get to Colorado. I'm not going to do a whole lot now, but as you've seen in the video, I have one 250 watt panel hooked up. I got these for $40 a piece from Santan Solar out of Arizona. It cost me $150 to have them shipped to Tennessee because they're big. I mean, they're huge panels, and it's a lot of weight. So if you're around Arizona or further toward Arizona, the shipping cost won't be as much. But these are industrial solar panels. They work in extremely low light. They work very well. They're at a really good price. I think the average price on them is like $50 for the 250 watt panels. And I know they have up to at least 400 watt panels. So if you want to really throw some power into your RV, check them out. Santan Solar. I'll try to put a link to their website in the description of this video in case you're interested. If you're out toward Arizona, like if you go to Quartzsite, I'm sure shipping won't be that much. I think they're around Phoenix, Arizona. So if you're heading out that way, you could actually order them and go by and pick them up. They're real good people to work with. They work to try to find the cheapest shipping route to come to Nashville, which is, I think I had to drive 30 minutes. Saved me a lot of money. Otherwise, I've been paying an extra $100 and something for shipping. So that might be something you want to check out. Santan Solar. Look them up. They have ads running on Facebook if you have a Facebook account. I was kind of skeptical at first. I'm like, these are used panels and they may not be the best in the world. But I tell you what, I got that one hooked up today just to try it out and get everything tested before we hit the road. Make sure everything's working just right. And yeah, low light, it's putting out right at 200 watts. So if I get maximum sunlight and both them 250 watt panels hooked up, we should be real good with additional of the 100 watts. I think I'm gonna put the 100 watt ones on top of the RV because they're not that heavy and they're not big. So I have 400 watts sitting on the roof of the RV, and the other 500 I want them on the ground so I can kind of move them, move them around and adjust it according to how the sun's going to go. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing to our channel. We appreciate each and every one of you. Our channel is slowly growing, and that's great. Thank you each and every one that watches our videos and subscribe to our channel. Click that little button down there and smash it, and you'll be subscribed to our channel. Click the bell to get notified when we post new videos. Take care, God bless, until next time.